They drill a kilometer for just this. But this is useless. So begins a secret, high-stakes transformation, a journey of fire, pressure, and precision to solve a single, multi-billion-dollar problem: how to turn a toxic, ancient sludge into the lifeblood of the modern world. This is the untold story behind 900,000 barrels of fuel, and this is how it's done. But before we begin, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to support our community. The American oil industry is centered in Texas, where drilling operations began back in 1894. However, it was in 1901 that the industry truly ignited, after a single drilling company tripled the nation's oil output in a single day. Since that time, close to 60 billion barrels of oil have been pumped from Texas soil, and if the estimates from oil firms are accurate, a further 10 billion barrels remain to be tapped. Crude oil serves not only as the primary fuel for automobiles, but it also supplies half of our required energy. Furthermore, petrochemical byproducts are crucial ingredients in the majority of common goods, including plastics, asphalt, tires, cosmetics, and medicines. This thick, pungent, dark substance is the crude oil, the key ingredient for producing gasoline. This crude oil is trapped deep underground. Millions of years in the past, plants, animals, and microscopic organisms died, settling on ocean floors and being covered by layers of silt. Over millions of years, this organic matter was chemically transformed by intense heat and pressure. Roughly 250 million years later, it has been converted into one of the planet's most vital sources of power. This is Texas's black gold, considered to be of the highest quality. On this sweltering, damp morning, the crew is commencing its duties, which include drilling a fresh well. Each month, more than 2,000 new wells are bored in Texas monthly, together drawing out over 900,000 barrels of crude oil per day. To maintain the crude oil supply, companies like Occidental Petroleum drill an average of 1 new well every single day. After locating potential deposits of oil and natural gas underground using seismic methods, a drilling location is chosen. While this technology provides some assistance, the search for oil remains a gamble. If a well proves fruitful, the crude oil is sent to a refinery where it is processed into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and other commodities. Yet, locating and bringing oil to the surface is only part of the struggle. They must also access the oil in this region known as the thermal basin. The crude oil resides at depths reaching 4,000 meters, confined within rock formations that are 542 million years old. To reach the oil, massive engines are employed to power a diamond-tipped drill bit deep into the earth. However, the friction produces an immense amount of heat, so water is pumped continuously under pressure to cool the cutting head. This water then transports the crushed rock to the surface in the form of mud. The work is deafening and exceptionally dangerous. The pressure applied by the drill must be precisely calibrated. Too little force, and it will not penetrate the rock. Too much, and the equipment will fail. Additionally, during drilling, there is a constant danger of gas leaks that could result in devastating explosions. While drilling, the crew must frequently add new segments of drill pipe using a 5-ton automated dual wrench. Since the drill advances at a speed of 5 meters per hour, this laborious procedure must be repeated every few hours, around the clock. If fortune favors them, they will hit a productive reservoir. At first, the pressure of the confined oil forces it to seep through small perforations into the pipe and rise upward. But this innate pressure is temporary, so to sustain the oil flow, a plunger pump is utilized to maintain extraction from deep wells. The rotating motion of the engine's flywheel is changed into an up and down movement. It operates like a giant metal syringe, pulling oil up to the surface. The liquid mixture from each well emerges through a pipe, and the pipes from all the various wells connect to a main line leading to a container for gas separation. The fluid contains carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and natural gas, all of which must be removed. These pumps are used to gather Texas's black gold, but these oil fields are located a great distance from where the oil is ultimately required. Therefore, a sequence of pumps forces the oil into a pipeline for a 1,000-kilometer journey to its final destination. This is the largest oil refinery in the United States, featuring over 8,000 kilometers of metal pipelines spread across 10 square kilometers. This facility has the capacity to process more than 562,000 barrels of crude oil daily. The noise is loud enough that the plant's 4,000 employees use over 1 million earplugs annually. The site is so vast that it not only handles crude from Texas, but also refines oil imported from across the globe. Crude oil is composed of a mixture of hydrocarbons, each possessing a different count of carbon atoms. These hydrocarbons possess varying weights. Propane is the lightest, while the heaviest is utilized for asphalt. The crew extracts and treats hydrogen sulfide, transforming it into sulfur, which is then purchased and utilized as fertilizer by a local farm. After heating the crude oil to above 370 degrees, it is introduced at the bottom of a tower, ascending as a vapor, much like steam from boiling water. As it cools, the molecules condense. The heaviest molecules collect at the base. Lighter molecules, including gasoline and kerosene, continue to rise until they, too, condense and can be drawn out via a siphon. From every 191 barrels of crude, the yield is 88 liters of gasoline, 48 liters of diesel, roughly 26 liters of kerosene, nearly 7 liters of propane, and 32 liters of other products such as lubricants and plastics. This facility generates sufficient gasoline for an automobile to journey to the moon and back 770 times. The fuel is evaluated in an old engine that tests its resistance to knocking. Engine knocking happens when the fuel ignites spontaneously from compression inside the engine cylinder. Subsequently, the laboratory can relay the data back to the refinery to rectify blending inaccuracies and guarantee a perfect product. It is time to open several valves, allowing the gasoline to travel through underground piping to nearby distribution terminals. From there, it is transferred into massive tanker trucks. However, filling a tanker truck is more hazardous than filling a car's fuel tank. An error during the loading or unloading process could lead to a major explosion. The metal structure can produce sparks from static electricity, so the initial step involves earthing the trailer with a cable and activating sensors to guard against overfills. A second line, referred to as a vapor recovery line, captures emitted fumes to avoid their release into the atmosphere. Approximately 4 million liters of gasoline are conveyed to service stations each day. After the gasoline is deposited into large underground storage tanks, it is ready to be dispensed to consumers. And so the journey is complete, from ancient buried organic matter to the fuel in your tank. We've mastered this incredible alchemy. But it begs the question, is this the peak of human energy, or just a stepping stone? What comes after oil? We're curious to hear your thoughts.